They had been aware of all these consequences, but they could afford to do nothing before an honest, truthful man who was the highest example of good manners and human values. They had never known such an example in the history of their folks or grandfathers. What would they do? They were baffled, and they had the right to be so. Following careful deliberations, they hit upon the only target available, i.e., to contact the messenger's uncle, Abu Talib, and request him to intervene and advise his nephew to stop his activities. In order to attach a serious and earnest stamp to their demand, they chose to touch the most sensitive area in Arabian life, viz., ancestral pride. They addressed Abu Talib in the following manner: O Abu Talib, your nephew curses our gods, finds faults with our way of life, mocks at our religion, and degrades our forefathers. Either you must stop him, or you must let us get at him. For you are in the same opposition as we are in opposition to him, and we will rid you of him. Abu Talib tried to appease their wrath by giving them a polite reply. The Prophet, PBUH, however, continued on his way, preaching Allah's religion and calling men hitherto, heedless of all their desperate attempts and malicious intentions. Ibn Hisham 1-265. An advisory council to Debar pilgrims from Muhammad's call. During those days, Quraysh had another serious concern. The proclamation of the call had only been a few months old when the season of pilgrimage was soon to come. Quraysh knew that the Arab delegates were coming within a short time. They agreed that it was necessary to contemplate a device that was bound to alienate the Arab pilgrims from the new faith preached by Muhammad, PBUH. They went to see Al-Walid bin al-Mughira to deliberate on this issue. Al-Walid invited them to agree on a unanimous resolution that could enjoy the approbation of them all. However, they were at variance. Some suggested that they describe him as Kahin, i.e., soothsayer, but this suggestion was turned down on grounds that his words were not so rhymed. Others proposed Majnun, i.e., possessed by jinn. This was also rejected because no insinuations peculiar to that state of mind were detected, they claimed. Why not say he is a poet? Some said. Here again they could not reach a common consent, alleging that his words were totally outside the lexicon of poetry. Okay then, let us accuse him of practicing witchcraft, was a fourth suggestion. Here also Al-Walid showed some reluctance, saying that the Prophet, PBUH, was known to have never involved himself in the practice of blowing on the knots, and admitted that his speech was sweet-tasting root and branch. He, however, found that the most plausible charge to be leveled against Muhammad, PBUH, was witchcraft,